Oh, man. No, stop.
How are we going to do this?
We are taking on South Australia's most underrated coastal road trip.
Oh, holy moly! What's going on here?
I might have a nap. One of the more surprising days I have had. The world famous Catman. Have you ever eaten cat? No?
If we can pull this off, this road trip will make the Great Ocean Road look like the Pacific Highway. However, even we can get it horribly wrong.
No, not there. This is no good.
The second leg of our great South Australian adventure continues here, in a little farm camp on the northwestern end of Kangaroo Island. The first part of our adventure saw us moving from the York Peninsula all the way to Kangaroo Island to catch marron in the only place outside of WA it's known to be possible.
Look at the size of that! Put him in the marron bag. Oh, big dog!
For the record.
Big dog!
With part one of our mission achieved, we find ourselves smack bang in one of Australia's most unique islands. So, we've given ourselves a goal. We've got a couple of days to achieve what we reckon might just be Australia's most underrated coastal road trips. From KI, we're going to try and make a trip all the way to Beachport, staying on the sand, and of course, doing it the off-grid way. I reckon if we can pull this off, I dare say this road trip will make the Great Ocean Road look like the Pacific Highway.
How good is this? We have got the entire day to explore Kangaroo Island. Now, got a mate that lives on the island and he's given us a backtrack down through here and out through the forest that we can take in order to get to some of the hidden gems on KI. From what I've read, this place is sensational. Let's stick to the old off-grid mentality, leaving the blacktop behind.
Get off road, see the sights, and there is plenty to do.
Starting with a scratchy little track straight in here, mate. I'll be the cat's whiskers. If I fit, you'll fit.
Let's do it.
This is where the koalas will hang out.
Good vibes in here. I reckon we might see one today.
Apparently they live in trees. I don't know much about koalas.
While we might be trying to look up the treetops, it doesn't last long because the track we have ahead is pretty tricky, with plenty of fallen trees to manage. It's not for nothing though, because we've been promised one of the most amazing beaches at the end of this track. But ahead, things are looking a little full on. It's time for the big Y62 to get a workout.
This looks a bit spicy. She's sort of washed out. Ooh. Oh, careful. There's a bit of a washout you're gonna get over there.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh. We're just hitting the base of the bar down here. Not quite enough clearance, so I'm just going to build her up a bit using some of these available rocks, which I reckon the rocks are here for that very reason. So what you want to try and do here is just lift those wheels up just to give that bar a bit of clearance so he can scoot his way up. Let's give that a go. Real slow.
You get out of my way before I run you over. You don't want to be down.
I reckon you're going to get hung up here. Oh, that's track building 101. It's virtually a highway. Track is open. The track is open. I declare it open.
It's been a while since I flexed those muscles, but with the washout conquered, we're into clean air and continue pushing north along the northern coast of KI. Not long down the road, we find Emu Bay, and, well, I don't know what I was expecting, but this has far surpassed it. Will you have a go at that?
Wow. What a stunning bloody beach to be able to drive on.
Mate, it's bloody incredible, and there's 2 other cars on here.
I reckon we go for a bit of a drive.
Yeah, buddy, send it, mate. Let's do a big lap. That water is crystal clear.
Not only is it stunning, but the promise of dolphins on the shore has become a reality.
We just spotted the dolphins. Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Sick.
Oh, here comes
Come on.
a special boat. How sick is this beach? Have a look at it, will you? Just soak it up. 2 people down there, nobody as far as the eye can see. The rest of Australia's over that way. Kangaroo Island.
And sure enough, Steph and Harley managed to get right out and swim next to the pod of dolphins. Now, if that's not living the bloody dream, I don't know what is.
Legitimately one of the coolest things I've ever experienced.
I think this takes the cake, Harley.
That is it.
But like, we've been to some pretty pristine beaches, so I'm in crystal clear blue turquoise water with white sands, but KI, I think you're number 1 for me.
That was epic.
And this is why we do it, so we can have amazing moments like this.
Kangaroo Island is well known for its unique biodiversity, and whilst a lot of the island is agricultural, the locals have worked hard to maintain its natural habitats, including dolphins, kangaroos, and one of Australia's most famous animals, the old koala.
I don't know why I'm speaking with a low tone. I just feel like it's the thing to do. But we got word on the grapevine that on the entire KI Island, this is the place to come and find a koala. Probably not very exciting for most of you, but for me, I never get to see koalas. We've popped down here, the cars are just there. I've walked 10 metres. Have a go, old mate. Old mate's having a nap. Look at the nose on him. I've slept in some dubious places in my time, but that, if he has one wrong move, a bad dream, an itch, a cramp, it's all over. He's down here. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Get a selfie with a koala.
We don't get these furry little buggers on the west coast, so for me to see one in the wild is really cool. Whilst KI is famous for its native wildlife, there's another famous feature of this island, and something we just couldn't miss the opportunity to go and check out. He's been a local on KI for a long time, and goes by the name Barry, or, as he is better known for reasons you're about to find out, Catman. Barry, or, well, yeah, the Catman, describes himself as a hands-on environmentalist and has been culling feral cats that have been threatening the native fauna on KI since 1996. To help fund the resources needed to do this, Barry has taken to experimenting with selling cat skins for a variety of different uses.
Well, folks, there's rarely a day on Off-Grid that I'm not surprised, but today, one of the more surprising days I have had. This is Barry, aka
Catman.
the world famous Catman. Been on TV across the UK, newspapers. To date, he has ridded the world of 1,517 cats.
With help from other people.
With help from other people. He's a bit modest, this man. He's actually done a heck of a lot of good for the little island of Kangaroo Island out here, getting rid of feral cats. There are things in here, folks, that you will need to see to believe. That's not...
Let's try it on the ladies.
No, thanks.
It's actually quite nice.
That is kind of weirdly nice.
He's all right. Nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I keep a record of every cat I catch.
Black, female. 1,517 cats so far. Have you ever eaten cat?
No.
No? Dunny roll holder. Of course it is.
These are all my favourites. That's Splat. That's what the fella called his gun. This is the one with no name. It's the softest. Oh, 3 legs. I was skinning him. That's what.
There's no leg.
Where's that other leg got to? But it was never there.
Right.
Oh, there's Longshot. This is Rhodey. That's Bob.
Yep.
This is One Eye. He was signed by a band called One Eyed Cats. That was in the centre pages of Reader's Digest.
Reader's Digest.
Turning
Centre
cats into
pages.
naps.
Yep.
I beat the Mythbusters. And then we have the Cat Curtain.
Oh, that is fantastic.
That's called Curiosity or
Yep.
Bird's Revenge.
Yeah, that's Curiosity Killed the Cat. That is the stuff of... I'll remember that for a long time. In fact, if anyone has been to the museum, the Mona Museum, you'll know what I'm referring to.
Now look, whether you agree with Barry's methods or not, it's no lie to say that managing the feral cat problem on KI has been integral in keeping the unique biodiversity thriving. A key to what makes this place so special. If you're ever in the area and fancy yourself a cat stubby, give Catman a visit.
Have you got a cat copy back there?
Meow.
Well, yep, I've seen everything now. I could spend literally a month on this island, checking out the beaches and chilling, but got a schedule, unfortunately, and that involves a 4:30 p.m. ferry. We got to hightail it, kids.
Oh, but I would love to stay here and swim with dolphins forever. This has been magnificent.
I learnt one thing, though, from KI. There is definitely more than one way to skin a cat. Let's get on a ferry and get to the Coorong.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Let's get over to the Coorong. This one is now a new bucket list item of mine, being a recently adapted South Australian, so I'm keen to get over there. Let's get this ferry and get it done.
We could spend another month exploring this place, and heck, we probably will one day, but we are already a day into our 4-day mission to see if we can uncover the most underrated coastal road trip in Oz. Of course, we're missing one thing, and that's the beloved Mavericks. KI was truly an incredible experience, but I don't know how much longer I want to be without the vans. You know what they say, once you go van life, you never go back. It's true.
Righto, plan for the day. There she is right there, Kangaroo Island. Fond memories, always will have. It's one of those places I'm adding to the I'm coming back list, Kangaroo Island. We're camped, or it's hard to say, but just up in here at the moment. And we're gonna make a move today, up around and down, crossing over. We're actually gonna do a saltwater crossing. A little bit sketchy. I'm a little bit easygoing about that, to get us into the Coorong. From there, down here to Robe. If you've never been to Robe, it has a beach to the north that is absolutely stunning. You can drive on it, we might even do so. And then the most iconic 4-wheel drive beach run in Australia, in my humble opinion, everyone knows about it, Robe to Beachport. What a trip. Stuff dreams are made of. In any one of those sections, we're doing them all. Righto, that's another camp done and dusted, just about to head off. Before we do, check out the new roller roof rack right here. What I love about this is the modular design. Basically, that's a big way of saying you can customise it to your needs. Shovel on one side, I've got my light bar there. Gas bottle had to come up here. I don't want this in the canopy, so that's a no-brainer. Solar panel over to the left. That leaves all this space here for firewood, or if I didn't have a rooftop tent, would perfectly fit a swag there. So I've customised the roof rack to exactly how I need it. You might put the solar panel somewhere else, you shovel over here, you might not have a gas bottle, you might have some recovery board somewhere, but basically you can customise your roof rack to exactly how you need it. For me, out bush, it's just another bit of kit that's just so damn handy. And solid as a rock.
The Coorong is the next leg of this trip and lies about 100 or so clicks south of last night's camp. The Coorong is a long stretch of sand that runs southeast along the coast, and it's unique for its stretching lagoon that separates it from the ocean by some pretty almighty sand dunes. Now, we've got our eyes set on, apparently, an absolutely spectacular campsite that lies in between the lagoon and the ocean at the foothills of the dunes, which means we're going to have to find a way to cross this body of water.
She's a bit tight. Oh!
This is where good mirrors pay for themselves in half an hour. Clear views, I've gotten used to them now, and I could not do this type of driving without that rear vision that I've got from these clear views. It just makes my job in here so much easier. And remind me of my ears right out there. So get them out there. 2 tips I'll give you that I've sort of learnt myself over the last couple of years. 1, look up more than you normally would, because especially with Steph and Harley, their van's a lot higher than their vehicle. 2nd tip I can give you is to take all of your corners a lot wider than you ordinarily would. And what that does is it gives you an arc for your van to follow. If you take the corner as you would normally, nice and sharp, your van will come inside the vehicle and take the corner even sharper. So if you've got objects on the inside of the corner, your van will clip them on the way around. That's how you'll do damage to your van. Yeah, we got a little tunnel of love here, mate. If you can get through here without touching a branch, I'll buy you a carton of beer.
Oh, look, I'm not making bets the other way though. Oh, yep. Oh. Yeah, that's tight.
You might not. I just knocked most of them out of the way.
Yeah, I'm not feeling as confident. Look, almost got through, but I think I might have just got one on the way out. I think we just called that one even.
Lucky they build those Mavericks tough. Folks, it may not look like it, but I promise we are edging ever closer to the coast. But just as we make it out of the scrub, there's one more, quite major, challenge that confronts us.
Crikey Moses. I think we're in the White Simpson Desert. Now, according to my research, there's supposed to be an ocean here.
Oh, holy doggies! What is going on here?
Look at that!
Now you said there was a crossing. What are we crossing?
We're crossing over the Coorong, but I don't know who got rid of the water.
This is not what I was expecting. This is awesome.
Fact of the matter is, you can only do this crossing at certain times of the year, and when the tides permit, even at those times of the year. And I think, based on what I can see here, we have absolutely nailed it. Look at that! Look at it! It's the Coorong! Welcome to the Coorong! Just get out there and sniff that salty sea air. I'm like a dog in the back of a ute. Once you get across the crossing, we've got a campsite on the other side, which I think we'll see how we feel. We might leave the vans there, but the barrier for us, of course, are these massive sand dunes through here, which you'd just be silly to try and take a caravan through. You wouldn't get a caravan through them. So we might drop the vans off on this side here, make camp for the night, jump up over the dunes, go for a drive on the beach, come on back, Marin pasta. Oh my Lord, how stunning.
With the miniature desert safely crossed, we're into dune territory, and these are not mucking around.
Well, this is a bit bloody lovely. Sand dunes in the back.
With a perfect little spot located to leave the vans for base camp, we unhitch and go see what all the fuss is about.
Righto, check this out. I just timed myself from jumping out of the Y62 in camp here to fully unhitching the van. I'm off. 1 minute and 10 seconds. The van is now off. We're going to go for a bit of an explore. You know, we hear so often, don't want to get a van, you can't go anywhere. You're not going to see Australia in a van. You can't drive anywhere. You've got to stay in caravan parks. Have a look at where we are. Have a look at where we've been. Dinner tonight, Marin pasta, because we went across to Kangaroo Island. Left the vans on one side, went across the other. Saw the whole lot. You get back tonight, long hot shower, king size bed. I've got a diesel heater in this bad boy if it's chilly tomorrow morning. Vans don't stop you going places, they facilitate you going places. And right now, I'm going up there. You want to come?
You can see ahead why we left the vans at base camp. These dunes are going to be a challenge just for the rigs themselves, let alone towing the vans.
Nah.
No, he has not.
I got a bit cocky with the old PSIs and the tyres, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember somebody just mentioning that she'd be
I'll
right.
be right, 25 will do.
I've completely underestimated just how soft this sand is, and the dune is steep. And, well, I may still have too much air in my tyres.
There's nothing more embarrassing than the reverse of shame after you've just said, I'm all right. I don't need to put my tyres down to 15. It's like the most embarrassing reverse you'll ever do, especially when you've got a couple of peanuts in the D-Max back here just laughing at you, saying, can they go first? I'll show them.
Smug. Smug.
Okay, I hope you appreciate what I'm doing right now, because I'm putting on a clinic, and the clinic is based around the difference that tyre pressures will make. So what I've done here, folks, is I've shown you what happens when you get your tyre pressures wrong, on purpose, of course. I've done it on purpose for your own sake. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the big difference that tyre pressures make when you get to the, right pressure. Yep. Okay, so it's all for you guys.
Oh, very gracious of you, my friend.
Jazzy.
My only advice would be just probably don't be scared of it this time, mate. Feel free to use that right foot.
Actually, my secret weapon, I didn't dial in the throttle controller, so I'm going to go from adaptive to ultimate 7. Oh, let's give it another go. I'm nervous.
You got this, Uncle Gaz. I believe in you.
See that difference? Instantly off the line there. We got a bit more punch.
With everything dialed in properly this time, the Y62 makes light work of the dune. Sometimes you've got to learn the hard way.
Since you're at the top there, I'd just like to take this opportunity to just offer my sincerest apologies for all banter. Now that it's my turn to drive up, I hope you'll forgive me.
No, I believe it's game on.
Rightio, let's see if the kids can do this first time and show me up.
Oh, Jesus. That is a bit rough.
Puppy, sit him down.
Hey, he's done it!
First go, baby, first go.
With the fun out of the way, we get atop the dunes and the view is truly breathtaking.
What does this remind you of?
This reminds me of that time it took me 14 goes to get up that sandy hill on our way to Cow Cup in WA.
The Yeager sand dunes, exactly. Looks very, very similar indeed. It also looks very similar to Fowler's Bay.
Took the words right out of our mouth. Either way, these sand dunes are deluxe. They're so lush to drive on. This is glorious.
And I will always love you.
Is that Cass?
Yeah.
Always entertaining, that man.
According to the GPS, once we take a right-hander just here, we should have the entire Southern Ocean at our disposal. It's just on that nice light in the afternoon too. Things are starting to light up. Have a go at that.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, this is nice.
Looky that, mama, looky that. Stunning.
And just like that, we get the rigs onto this wild southern coast.
Big fact about this big beach. Stretches for 194 kilometres. Why is that important? Well, at 194 kilometres, it makes it Australia's longest beach. That's right, I'm currently on Australia's longest beach. And if you were to drive it from one end all the way to the other, it'd be nearly 400 kilometres of beach. I haven't got the fuel for that, I physically can't do it.
Definitely a cool thing to do. Drive along the longest beach in Australia. But with the southerly swell a bit too wild for us to dip our toes and the sun slowly fading, I reckon it's about time we get back to base camp. To have the vans on grass with a dune backdrop like that, well, we are being treated tonight. I tell you what, South Australia does not disappoint. To make things even better, tonight we're cooking up these delicious KI Marin in what is quickly becoming an off-grid specialty.
Just taken 5 to just suck it all in. Look at that view. A surprise camp. We were told there's a camp over here, but you never really pin your hopes on it that much. Have a look at that. We're the only ones here. Yet again, we're the only ones here. Now, I'm always that bloke that's given you folk at home bucket list ideas from my travels. But it's been refreshing for me to be able to tick off a few of my own. It's late February right now, well and truly out of Marin season, and I'm about to have a feed of Marin pasta, my favourite food in the entire world, in South Australia. For me, that is a huge bucket list item ticked off. I've now visited the Coorong, also another bucket list item ticked off. But the biggest one of all, folks, this right here is episode 2 of season 3 of Off Grid. Who would have thought? It's been a dream of mine for so long to try and make it work that somehow, travelling around Australia, showing all of you the stuff that I froth on, can work. The biggest year we have ever put together so far. Bucket list items! Tick them off one by one. They might be little tiny ones, they might be huge ones, but they all bloody matter. Whatever you're doing right now, make sure you're working towards putting a tick in a box on your next bucket list item. And for me, it's going down there and grabbing a beer. I told you, they can be little small ones. I reckon you should all have one menu item, one recipe that you do really well. Now look, I'm still working on mine, but I think I've got it pretty much perfected, and that is the old humble Marin pasta. I was going to do something radically different tonight, and I thought, no, don't change perfection. That's why I don't change what I look like too much. Crickets are chirping. So tonight we're going to have Marin pasta caught on Kangaroo Island in late February in South Australia. Totally foreign to me because I know that it'll come out really nice. Okay. Now, Steph, can you do me a favour, mate? I am hopeless at cooking pasta. I either undercook it or overcook it. But you're bloody brilliant. Can I do my thing, mate?
What's your thing?
Well, yeah, I want to open it with a bang.
Okay, go.
I love doing that. Ow! Look at that. So you know what I'm doing here. We've done it so many times before. Just a bit of onion. Right, I'm also going to add just a bit of bacon in here. We've got some red chilli and we've got some jalapenos. So we'll chuck those in now and just cook those off in there so that everyone has to have the same heat ratio. We're going to get that all down. I'm going to chop up my mazza, add that, add the pasta, some capers, garlic, munja.
Right, we have the final ingredients required for Gaz's mazza.
Yes!
disaster. Can I try some of that?
Yeah, it's a bit it's got a bit gluggy, but
No, that's good.
try to stick it to the. See if it's done.
See if it sticks. Yeah, that's done. That is done.
We'll claim that as done.
Yeah, we'll get that tomorrow. Chuck that down there, mate, because I'm going to add that in individually, in individual bits
Okay.
for garnish. Bring her in.
All right,
Right.
Oh,
you've only got.
so good,
mate.
Gaz.
I'm here to contribute too.
Oh, I think I can do one.
Get fluffy.
I think I can do one thing per bowl.
Oh, damn. Gaz's Mazzes. Amazing.
As I said, just learn one recipe well.
Mate, tick that off your bucket.
I think I can.
You've done that.
That is superb.
I'm pretty sure the only recipe you have is pasta.
I've
Pasta,
done it 4
bolognese,
times
marin pasta.
It's true. You
Like,
can't really
look,
go.
you nail each one of them,
You can't
and
go
this
too
is
far.
delicious.
Oh. Like kids in a candy shop. What a way to see out a brilliant day. And tomorrow, we continue our coastal road trip south to one of South Australia's most iconic beach runs.
It is that time of year again, guys. Winter is fast approaching, and Snatch have a whole new range of winter jackets to keep you nice and toasty, like his and hers puffer jackets, or this raincoat, which packs up ridiculously small into this little bag, perfect to keep in every four-wheel drive's glove box. And this nifty 3-in-1 jacket, which is a bit of a combo of both. It's not only a super warm jacket, but it's also waterproof, and check this out. You can zip out the puffer jacket. How cool is that? So check out Snatch's new winter range at 4drive247.com and get yourself nice and warm for some winter camping.
What a cracking spot. I tell you what, it looked even better as the sun was rising this morning. Uncle Gaz is out there with his morning coffee, staring at the sand dunes, and we thought we would cook up a delicious little omelette for the crew this morning, right here in the van. How are we looking, huh?
Today marks day 3 on our road trip via the coast, and so far we have not been disappointed. Whilst the Coorong has so much more to explore, we're going to push on south to our next destination and arguably one of the best of the lot, the Robe to Beachport beach run.
Well, just getting packed up. The old camera crew are packed as well. You know, something we don't show often is just how much gear the camera crew take, and they are subject to the letter of the law just like anyone else. And that's why we've got the Petters load rider system in the D-Max. It's mainly because we get different camera crew using the same vehicle. The different crew takes different gear. So there's never a constant load in this vehicle. It always fluctuates. So whoever's driving the vehicle can look down at the load rider system and just make sure at all times, once they're fully loaded, that they are under GVM. Because as we all know, if you're over GVM, something happens, well, kiss your insurance goodbye. And these guys, I tell you what, it is like travelling with some sort of ringtail circus. There's all sorts of things that come out of here. I don't even know what they do. I've never even seen them use those. I don't even know what they are. Well, I got to say, I'm a little envious that you two can just pop down to the Coorong anytime you like.
We are pretty lucky where we are. We've seen some pretty special sights just outside our back door.
You now listen, what do you reckon for a bit of beach drive? A little bit of, maybe the most iconic, maybe the most famous beach run in Australia. Robe to Beachport.
Love it. Lead the way, mate.
It's been just so refreshing for me doing the last year and a half, 2 years of off-grid and seeing areas that are completely new to me that have blown my mind. I kind of got a little bit concerned, I guess is the best way to put it, that maybe I'd seen a great deal of Australia. Turns out I'm an idiot, absolute idiot. There's a huge amount of Australia I'm yet to see, which has just been like a breath of fresh air. Coorong as an example, Kangaroo Island is another classic example, places that I definitely want to come back to. And I reckon there'd be hundreds and hundreds more. So I'm going to put the question out to you folks. Let me know, where do you reckon I'd be blown away with next? You know me, you know what I'm into. Tough tracks, maybe not so much these days. I've kind of been there, done that. Big sweeping views, super remote, maybe a little bit of fishing. Your backyard. Where can I come and say hello to next? Australia, we are so bloody lucky to have this. So folks, in the comments down below, let me know. I might come and say good day at your local watering hole. Your shout.
As we say goodbye to the Coorong, we run another 100 or so k south until we reach our grand finale for this epic coastal road trip. If you've done the Great Ocean Road, then this run is going to blow your socks off. Of course, these beaches are notorious for their softer sand and rocky dunes, so with the vans at base camp, we crack on.
Robe to Beachport, perhaps the most iconic beach run in Australia.
Just coming up over a sand dune and the view, bloody stunning.
Oh my lord.
I reckon there's something so magical about being on a beach when it's a bit moody like this.
Luckily, we got all our swimming out of our system on KI because with this weather coming, the conditions have really turned against us. And that little bit of rain is making this sand tricky to navigate. This track consists of lots of little beaches, all joined by sand dunes. You've got to navigate your way through to get to the next beach. Unlike most dunes though, these ones contain rocky climbs and descents that you would otherwise think to find in a place like the Glasshouse Mountains. As we get further along, the sand gets softer. And in a moment of lapsed judgment, our cameraman has driven towards the water to set up for a shot, and all of a sudden, he runs into some major trouble.
I wouldn't be going that close to the ocean. That's soft as... Oh, no, stop. Oh, no, camera car's chassis. Camera car is on his chassis.
Of course, when it rains it pours, and we must have hit a very soft spot because as Steph and Harley go to get in front for a tow, their D-Max goes straight down, right next to the camera car.
This is no good. This is... All right, let's see if we can't get him out of here before that tide comes in.
Luckily, I've kept the Y62 on the high line, so we've got a decent anchor point.
It's no one's fault. What's happened is the camera car's come down here because the beach is summer now and the beaches have been super hard all the way along. Camera car's gone down and Steph and Harley have done the exact right thing, come around to try and give him a bit of a snatch or even just help him out on the winch. And they've gone down I saw it happen. They came around him and they just went straight down in this soft sand. They've both done the right thing though, and neither one of them has spun the tyres too much, which means if I act as a bit of a... There's nothing to winch off except me, so I might run up here. Because if I come down and get stuck, we are in a real pickle. We'll get a winch out and a winch extension strap. Let's get them out of there. Whew. That's actually a lot more serious than I thought. From where I'm sitting here, I couldn't see just how bad the white D-Max is on the driver's side. They're way down. And they're 5 metres from the water. I don't want to put this vehicle in peril because then we've got nothing to winch off. That's a perfect direct pull. And hopefully I'm big and heavy enough to act as an anchor point. If not, we're in strife here.
That tide is coming up so high. I don't know how much longer we have.
Just using a extension strap here, winch extension strap, just to make sure we've got plenty of room. Can I have a fracco more? Beautiful. Righto, mate, I'm in park, foot on the brake. Go for it. Let the winch try and pull you out of there, see if it'll just pop you up.
Yeah, copy. All right, I'm ready to go.
It's a good thing I've been here before, and it really does pay to make sure you've got a good winch, like the Rumbas here, to get out of sticky situations just like this.
Yeah, we've got her.
Woo! Woohoo!
Lovely. That is out. I'm back up on the hard track. Let's get the camera car out now because that water is coming up very close. Geez, that makes me edgy. Yep. I'm ready when you are, Stephanie.
All right, let's do it.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't drive. No drive. Just the winch.
Oh, she's pulling me backwards.
Come on, come on, come on. We got this. We got this.
There you go. Give it a bit of drive.
Come on. Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the go. Let the winch do the work, mate.
See if you can drive from there. Yeah, you're good.
Lovely, mate. Lovely.
Woohoo!
Love your work. I'll tell you what, I reckon if we hung around for another 15 minutes, that water would probably fill that hole up pretty quickly.
Swimming.
Now, with that out of the way, we haven't got far to go. All right, can we finish this up? Go hook up the vans. I've got a bit of an idea. Take the kids back down onto a beach. It's a little bit more agreeable for the vans than this one right here. Can you imagine having the vans on down here? That's why you unhook them and do this. That's what it's all about. It is what it is all about. Frothing! Come on, let's get out of here.
Now look, it's not the way I envisaged our epic road trip to end, but you got the heart pumping and everyone's out safely. So all in all, let's call it a good bit of fun. Well, I'll happily say that this has got to be one of the best coastal road trip runs from KI all the way to, well, nearly to Beachport, with some of the most iconic beach driving I've ever done. And a really special way to end this one that I'm keen to share with you guys.
Yeah, this will be perfect right here. So, last year I lost my dog. She passed away. And she was my best mate. Went everywhere with me. Jumped in the 4B, in all my 4Bs. In fact, I've still got hair, as any dog owner will know, through every single 4-wheel drive that I own. And when she went, as dogs do, completely broke me. I was down for days. But you got to pick yourself back up, right? So this year I've decided she's coming around Australia with me. So I've grabbed an old film canister, that's right. I'm old enough that once upon a time I actually shot on film, and I've popped a few of her ashes in a film canister. She used to love beaches, man. She would run up and down on the beach, barking in the waves. She loved beaches. So whenever I get to a spot that I reckon Saffron would have loved, I'm just gonna take a little bit of her ashes and I'm just gonna sprinkle them on the beach. Now, the funny thing here is, this is a national park. Dogs aren't allowed in national parks, and I reckon she would have loved that. So, Saff, this is for you, mate. Why don't you go for a run on the beach? And I'm gonna do that on every nice beach I come to around Australia.
Well, there you have it. A coastal road trip for the ages, and one I will definitely be back to do all over again. For us, I think the pub has a stool with my name on it. But for you folks, well, it won't be long before we are back for another adventure of Off Grid.